but your best friend, bitch, and she ready to go. She just mad cause she ain't getting chose. I'm already knowing how that lame shit go. Baby, tell her come down, you ain't ready to go. You tryna leave with me so we can be. If you really like that, we can make it 3. Got 2 more minutes before we hit these streets. So what's it gonna be? Is you tryna leave? Why you wanna act like you don't love me? Why you tryna make it seem like we don't be? Why you tryna do that, babe? Scrolling like some keys and bass. Fucking in your daddy place. All around this place. Why you acting like you don't wanna come on home? Come on home. You don't have to leave if you don't want to. Roll with me. Roll with me. You don't have to act like that. Lay with me. Lay with me. You don't have to take it back. You don't have to say it back. No, you don't have to hold it back. It's only me. Only me.
What's up, y'all? Welcome to the motherfucking After Zarty podcast, and we back on a motherfucking Thursday night at 8 p.m. And like always, you know, I don't go nowhere alone, cause when bitches get drunk, as we saw, like the motherfucker try to fight you and get fucking drunk, and I don't do all that shit, right? Damn. So I brought somebody with me, cause you know, I don't like coming nowhere by myself, because you know, it be lit when I bring a friend with me. So I brought my motherfucking friend here. What's your motherfucking name? Go ahead and speak.
What's good, y'all? It is your boy, CJ the motherfucking trainer.
Yeah.
You already know who it is. I make the ass go one good time, baby. And we are the After Zarty. I'm ready.
And that's on motherfucking period.
Down.
All right, but like always, y'all, we're gonna take a motherfucking shot. So, you know, we're gonna take a sip shot, whatever you wanna do, a little juice, whatever, baby. I don't care.
I'm ready.
But I'm gonna take a motherfucking shot. But can you pour my shot for me, please, while I try to get situated with this? The hookah things are very hard to open.
Very hard. Okay, hold on.
This industrial ass shit. I need the club ones. The club ones come out real easy because they reusable.
We can't show y'all the bottle because they ain't paying us.
Man, we were showing the bottle.
Down. Nah,
because best believe, I'm gonna find me a black-owned liquor.
Period.
I might make it in my bathtub.
Tonight we on a Jose Cuervo.
Period.
Let's do that. I'm ready whenever you ready. Wait, catch her, try, bitch. Catch her, cause baby, she choking you out.
Okay, do me a favor. Smoke it down first, and I'm gonna grab it. Like
Okay, I done smoked it down for you. I kind of.
No, I've been eating the hookah like.
Okay.
Like I didn't been eating the hell out. Okay. Anyways,
you ready?
Take a shot.
Ready? Okay. Boom.
Clink that motherfucker.
Mm-hmm. All right.
Ooh, drink it. You gotta.
Yeah, she wasn't even shaking up. I know what happened.
It wasn't a lot.
It wasn't a lot.
That was weird. Usually it's supposed to be a lot.
I didn't shake.
And
I didn't shake her
slow.
up.
Okay,
I didn't shake
cool.
up at all.
Cool beans. Give me more spike by me.
All
right. Well, let's get into motherfucking to it, right? So it's 2022,
Period.
and you know I've seen your content all around the motherfucking world on every platform I've been on. I've seen your content, so you doing your motherfucking thing, right? So I feel like this. What is something that you have learned so far this year that you wish you would have known last year, right?
That's actually a really good question. I really would say, really how I handle my business this year. And I mean by my business, I mean like filing, taxes, stuff I didn't even know about was the hardest thing for me. That was the biggest thing. And I'm not gonna lie to you, I know some of y'all don't file your taxes, but I do.
Wait, like business taxes, or is that the same thing?
Yeah, business. We have business taxes.
Okay.
You need to file your taxes?
Fuck IRS for me on my motherfucking dog. First of all, this is a new business, baby. Okay.
Oh, it don't matter. If it's new, don't worry about it. Mine has been established.
I'm only 5 months in.
That's good. You got time.
Yeah, I'm about to say, yeah. You trying to get me arrested?
No, I'm not, child.
Fuck.
You answered the question, but no,
like,
business
shit,
taxes.
I still gotta have the PPP loan.
Listen, business taxes was something I learned, and I'm being honest with y'all, for any entrepreneur, and I love the fact that you are a young black entrepreneur. I live for that, okay? And also, you're part of the LGBT, ABCD, QFIG community, down, period. So I live for that. But no, business taxes, no one taught me how to do my taxes. And when I tell you I had 2 panic attacks and an anxiety attack in my sleep, Jesus.
You owe like IRS money, some shit?
No, I actually got money back. But it was more so like writing off stuff, get my receipts together, travels. It was so much into it. It took me about a month to do all my stuff together. I had to go back and get everything.
So, question.
Yeah.
What business taxes? And it's not really the whole episode, but I do got questions.
Right.
I don't give a fuck. We need
That's
to know
fine.
this. Everybody want to start a motherfucking fake business. Y'all need to know to have all this paperwork in line for fucking PPP.
For y'all who got the PPP loans, period.
So, can I put like, okay, I be buying like the hookah tips, the cups. Can that all go as my business?
Anything that you spend money on for your business is a tax write-off. The air that you breathe is taxable. The place you live is taxable. This building is taxable. Right. And it's a valuable tax write-off too.
My new Tesla.
Down. Now I ain't saying it's gonna get you back thousands.
So my TikTok, y'all, I hide my I hide what
That's
who I
taxable.
follow. Oh, we gotta talk about this.
Period.
But I hide who I follow on TikTok because my following list really is like a bunch of like quote unquote boring shit. Everybody think my timeline may be funny shit. I follow like business credit people. Like I be just following like nerdy shit because I want to know. I'm a learner, bitch. I be researching shit, but I'm a visual learner, right? So speaking of being a visual learner, right? I feel like this. Tell me your opinion. I feel like in 2020. Okay, don't beat me up about this.
Okay, Shaq, go ahead.
I feel like in 2022, you don't really have to read books to be knowledgeable because everything's on YouTube.
So here's my perspective, and this for y'all other two. You don't have to read books.
You gotta read.
But you do gotta read something. I would
The
even
title of the video.
Right, you gotta read something. You so stupid.
I'm so serious.
You gotta read something. And truth be told, and this is no shade or no shot at no one that has done this, I commend anybody that goes to college. That's not even required. Now, I do suggest going back to college or getting more education for, elevating your business because there's a lot more you can learn through books,
Facts.
also through working, right? So I had to grind mine out. But I'd have to go to college to do this.
Let's be transparent.
Down.
I have a degree.
Okay. What is a degree in?
Communication film.
Okay.
But I feel like I'm using it, but I'm still using it for myself.
Now, let me ask you a question. When you went to school and got the degree, did you immediately go into your field of study?
No, I'm a teacher.
There you go.
I'm not even fucking certified to teach.
There you go. But
Like,
I'm going to tell you this much. Most companies, and this is just for education as well, most companies will require that you have some type of time or work in that field before they hire you. So how could you do that right out of school? Unless you do internships or other things during your schooling to get those credits and those hours, you really can't jump right into it.
And I went to a PWI, so that opportunity was not presented to me at all. Like,
Right.
internships, I had no internships, right? So, like, my situation was different, right? So, I feel like I went to school. Luckily, I had started an organization. That's how I learned. I feel like that's how I learned team building, team management. That's how I learned how to be, like, a leader. So, I feel like that was my first little doses of it. But I feel like me in college, if I'm being transparent, I didn't learn shit in the classroom. I learned everything outside of the classroom.
Right.
So, when I tell people, like, my friend, and you can tell me if I'm wrong, she was like, oh, I think I'm going to go back to college, right? And I just feel like she went when we went. And it's like, girl, it's been like 3 years later. And I was just like, girl, don't fucking go.
I mean,
it wasn't to be like negative, but it was like, girl, like it's a waste of time. You see it's a waste of time. Yeah.
No, well, I mean, I wouldn't even say it's a waste of time. I would say that a lot of these entrepreneurs didn't even go to college to get it done.
Yeah.
It's really about
YouTube.
Who you know, what you learn, and how applicable it is.
I would say people wondering how I be know how to do all this shit. I be on YouTube Googling shit.
That's it.
See, that's how you know I use YouTube as Google. My dumb ass be on YouTube Googling shit.
You so stupid.
Oh, God.
I'm not talking that's it. Right. But no, for real. Like, you can find a lot of information on the internet, and that can teach you just as much as you going to school. Some people find it more valuable than going to school. I just mean from friends who went to college.
For real. I feel like that. Okay, so I feel like this too. I feel like also in 2022, when it comes to motherfucking like having a business, things like that, right? Okay. I don't know why I'm telling you how I really feel. That's crazy because it's on my mind when I was driving earlier. Well, not earlier, like 2 days ago.
Talk to me because I'm here.
I feel like yes, we're supposed to support black businesses, but every black business don't deserve black
and
support.
You have not lied. Now I'm gonna talk on this subject, and I'm gonna be very real with this. A lot of black businesses want the support, but don't return it, back to those who give the support. And I'm not gonna say just black business in general. I would say business. Excuse me.
True. Yeah.
But I would say black businesses, and I think it's more so of a competition thing because some people don't want, and like I said, it's not just black business, but in general, black people. I'm gonna speak on our people, right? From experience, right? Mm-hmm. So me dealing with people, I've noticed that a lot of black businesses don't want the next person to be higher than them. So they don't give you the information. Like I told you, I'm gonna give you mine. Mm-hmm. They won't give it to you because they feel like, well, I don't want you to be bigger than me, or I want to be the best in this field, or if y'all in the same lane, right? But here's my thing: what's meant for me, you can't take. What's meant for you, I can't take.
Insert the
That's just that
right here.
I can't. Whatever God got set for Zions View or whatever you want to say it is, I can't cross in your lane and say, well, I'm gonna take it from you because it was not designed or destined for me to have it. So one can't come in and see the trainer's field and say, okay, well, I'm gonna do it better than him because my path to walk in my life is not the same as yours.
I can't even dance like that. Honestly.
It ain't about dancing. It's just in general, right? You know, I mean, like, for example, right? I can tell you. I came from Jacksonville, Florida, and I started hometown going viral in my city. Before I got to become this big name, I was viral plenty of times, but I noticed that I reached out to a lot of the people that I worked with for free and who would not want to invest back into me. But the moment I went viral, got bigger, and my brand became now an international entity.
Blinging.
Huh?
Your hotline was blinging.
That
Everybody was
what?
calling you.
Oh, I'm so proud of you. I want to collab with you.
Mm-hmm.
And it's no shade. Like, I'm not being funny when I say this. It is no shade. I just purposely choose not to respond. And
Okay,
I do
so I'm happy you
respectfully.
said that because I don't even want to feel like a bitch. I think I'm telling you that time, but like, you know, sometimes I feel like a lot of times my problem with, you give me your advice. Because I feel like, okay, I feel like we both are entertainers.
Right.
24/7, I feel like people expect us to be on.
You want to hit this because she slowed down a little bit.
I'm nervous.
You better not choke again.
If I do, damn, you be judging me.
Well, I brought you some Funyuns because I'm going to eat my chips.
This whole
I'm
hard.
not finna see it. It's not hard.
Okay, hold on. Oh, you gotta do big puffs?
Little puffs.
I'm gonna do a big puff. I'm a big boy.
There you go.
Stop playing with me, house. Anyways, okay, so I feel like this. I battle with Loki not trying to be the nicest person in my business, but I realized lately, right, you can't be nice all the time. 'Cause I feel like some people lucky take like us. I don't know about you. I'm gonna speak for myself first. Because they see me being this jolly ass, entertaining ass nigga, they think like it's sweet 24/7 with
Right.
me. And I feel like a lot of times I feel like what I don't have is like I don't know what they working with me on it. I don't know how to fake smile. If it ain't shit to be smiling about, baby, I'm not finna be walking around smiling. And then I feel like we went to South by Southwest a while ago. That's my first time doing like street interviews, and like they was like people was like walking up to me, and they was telling me they was like, "Nigga, please, will you fucking please say thank you?" And I was like, "Hey, thank you," like, cause it's like it's uncomfortable. People
Right.
walking up on you and shit like this. So how do you deal with like all of that? Like, cause I battle with it.
Well,
I like being left alone.
Well, naturally, I'm a very friendly person. So I don't get bothered by the people coming to me speaking. I actually really enjoy that. Because for me, I don't really expect for people to know who I am, even though I'm kind of popular. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna act different. If someone say, "Oh, hey, CJ," I'm like, "Oh, what's going on?" Like, I know you. You know what I'm saying? Even though I don't know you.
Sure.
Right, that's me. And I really have a genuine smile because my heart is really big for people regardless, naturally. So that comes with me. So it's nothing wrong with, giving that type of what's it look for? Emotion back, you know what I'm saying? Because it's authentic for me.
So my problem is with that, right? So it's not that like, okay, my shit is not authentic, right? I just feel like I told you earlier before, I was like, I get like very, very shy. And I feel like people don't believe that shit.
I don't know how you're shy.
No one believes me, but she knows I genuinely like, bro, I will legit like
Now,
sit in that room.
mind you, I'm going to tell you why I don't think you shy. Because the way you rolled up on me in that parking lot, baby.
Cause I ain't gonna lie. But if you see it, okay, like first of all, I had been saw you, right? But it was like, okay, cool. Like, okay, let's put an example. How I know I'm shy. I could have been had said something to you. I had been saw you was at the event. But I wasn't finna do all that social ass shit to get to you. So it was like,
Right.
okay, cool. You know what? He by himself. Excuse me.
That's really what happened.
Cause it was like I'm comfortable. It's one-on-one. Like it's more intimate. It's
It was
like
you and your friend, but you know what the fun thing is? You called me at the most inconvenient time because when I walked outside to the parking lot, somebody had hit the back of my car.
oh damn, for real.
Yep, yes, sir. Someone hit my car. When you put up on me, the parking attendant was talking to the lady because she hit my car, and she was trying to leave, and he had got her license from her, and I was like, I was dealing with that. And when you said something, I said, oh wait, I know you, but I couldn't give you that full because she had hit my car.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah. So I was like, I hope
Sorry.
I was being mean. She really hit my car. I'm like, okay, hey, yeah.
No, we walked out. Not walked out. We when you left, we was just like, shit, that was cool. Like,
Yeah.
me and my friend was happy. I was in the car with Zion. It was like, oh shit, hey,
Baby,
like,
she hit my car, and I saw you. I was like, I want to give him the full, because I was like, I'm finna fangirl out, because I just, like I told you, I just saw
Nah,
your
your shit.
I saw your content on TikTok. I was like, oh baby, he is going in. He ain't playing no games. I live for that, but I couldn't give all of that because the girl hit my car. So I'm like, okay, let me get this together real quick. And when y'all reached back out to me, I was really happy about that. So
Let's talk about this though, real quick. Since because we talked about it briefly when we met at the car today. I want to get your honest opinion, and don't hold back. You know, if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. Okay.
Okay, you know I'm gonna be mindful of my words.
What's
man.
your opinion, being that you're a black person, and I did that episode with my mama like that?
I could relate to you in a lot of ways.
No, don't relate. Black people, like,
No, for real. No, I'm gonna tell you why I say like that. The reason why I say I can relate to you in a lot of ways when you had that conversation, because I've had that same conversation with my own mama.
went the same way.
not the same wording, but like in the same type of, same type of conversation. It's the same flow. Like me personally, I feel like a lot of African Americans, especially African American men, have created this stipulation that you can't be a certain way if you ain't this way, or you're this way because you're this way.
Facts.
I never lived in that zone of life, right? I've always lived outside the box. So even with my own mama, right, when I got accepted to, well, most people don't know, I've been singing since I was come out the womb, right? So I got accepted into a school of the arts because I was doing the solo ensembles after I sung for Disney World. They accepted me into their school of arts for my high school year. I would have went to college as a music major. That's what I wanted to do because I wanted to teach music. She told me to my face because we walked outside from the competition after my grading, and I said, I want to come here. I got the letter. They said I can come. We saw this guy. He was 6'3". Never forget it. 6'3" with box braids down to his ankles. He had on a long like sundress with a cute little pump. And he just started on through. And I'm like, okay, baby, he killing it. She was like, oh, you're not coming to the school. It's too many gay people here. So now I'm this sensational punk, as I say, because I'm being funny, but I'm a popular gay guy. And I told her, I said, well, Mama, did you ever think I was be this way? You know what I'm saying? Like, she said, oh, I always knew. So I said, why could I go to that school? Because you say it was too many gay people there.
That's
you know what I'm saying?
how
That's how it was. So when you had that conversation with your mama, I said, baby, that's what you need to do. Put them in a hot seat and let them have explanations. But I did tell my mama one thing, and I told her, I said, Mama, I forgive you because you know what? As the first child, you were learning how to be a parent. So with me, you were basically trying to figure out how to do it. So there were so many obstacles that you didn't know how to overcome. And now that you're up in age, you now realize there were things you may have said, that you may have done, that she has apologized for after realizing that, after having that conversation.
Facts, I agree. So then my next question would be like going back to that, right? It's basically just like, let's take ourselves out of the situation, right? And let's talk about just a community as a whole.
Okay.
I ain't gonna lie, that episode after that lucky ate me up because I felt as if like, damn, like my mission behind it, for all our mission was behind it, like basically have black people start having this conversation with their people, right? But then I read the comments, right? And I never read comments on shit, but of course I'm reading that comment because it's about my fucking family.
Right.
So like, it was like, people was like, oh, y'all just exploiting y'allself. Y'all supposed to stay in the house. This bitch supposed to stay in the house. But I feel like nobody says shit when, like, we have reality TV, like, fucking housewives and shit like that who do the same exact shit. And I feel like it's kind of like, yeah, my shit on a reality TV show, but I feel like it was damn like the reality of our situation.
But in reality, I feel like that's a real life scenario for many people and not just gay people, even heterosexuals.
Baby, it wasn't scripted.
Right. It wasn't, whatever it was. But I thought that scenario was a real life thing. Like, black parents literally are a certain way because of how they're brought up. So, like, my mama was brought up by my granddad, and that's all she knew. At least somebody took that and spoke against that subject because that's a very touchy ground, right? You don't want to offend nobody, but truth be told, being that it was real, it's going to always be offensive because it's truth. And truth is meant to be offensive. It's not meant to be pretty. And people don't like the truth.
Facts. All right, so, fuck all that shit. I'm going to take a shot. You want to join.
I got my little drink.
I'm going to take a shot.
Let me get her together. Pour me a little bit before you pour your shot. I'll tell you to stop. I'm a light drinker, y'all. That's good. I'm good.
I want a big shot. Okay. So, I feel like this. Can you at least, like... I'm sorry. I want to
Look, I got my little plans to be. I can lie to you, I was hungry.
All right, so in the community and things like that, right? You're a popular gay guy. Yes, we all know that, right? How do you feel like you deal with, like, do you still get, like, trolls and comments, like, negative comments about what you do?
All the time.
Like, basically, let's call it this homophobic ass people? I feel like, that's a dumbass, but I feel like this point kind of be like a fuck it. Is it a fuck it to you now?
Yeah, of course. I'm so past that. I know that in my field, especially what I do, the clothes I wear, how I look, how I'm shaped, I get it all. And not just from men, women too.
It's more women?
More women.
Okay, I'm going to say it first. I said it before, nobody heard me, so I'm going to say it again. I sometimes feel like black women can be more homophobic to fucking gay men than the niggas can.
Oh, baby, that's the truth.
I feel like a lot of times it comes with a lot of insecurities. I don't know what it is exactly. I'm just guessing at this point. But sometimes I really feel like it's just like, I don't know. Like, what's the beef, bitch? Like, that's really how I feel. Like, sometimes I be feeling like y'all be beefing with us for no fucking reason. And the quickest way you can tell if a bitch is homophobic, older women, I don't know about young people. they automatically hit you with that, yes, sis, work it, girl. Like, bitch, you don't even know that's how I like to even be handled.
Right.
So I feel like you automatically just showing me, like, bitch, what your narrative of what a gay person has to be like, right? So I feel like a lot of times, like, in, like, your, like, career path and things like that, I feel like, shit, do you feel like, what do you think, like, you are doing for our community as well, like, what you do, right? Like, what is your, like, message that you're trying to, like, basically deliver?
To the LGBT community?
Everybody.
Okay. Truth be told, my message has always been the same. Be yourself and live your life. You only got one life to live. And you don't live for nobody else but yourself and God.
Period.
That's it.
That's all you can do.
That's
I feel like
it.
a lot of times, right? So do you ever feel like sometimes, like, do you ever have doubts about, like, what you do? 'Cause I feel like sometimes I be having doubts about what I do. I ain't gonna lie. Sometimes I be thinking, like,
I ain't gonna
damn.
lie. Yeah, I have had doubts, especially in the beginning, because I was like, well, how long can I keep this going, right? Because so my platform has always been and will continue and forever will be a platform that supports all size women, especially my black women, right? I've always been a supporter of black women, more so because my mom's grandmother passed from breast cancer. And so I've become more closer to my mom since my biological dad passed away. So that was kind of like a driver for me. Like, okay, I got a black queen that I'm from. I'm gonna represent her in whatever way. My mom always told me I'm never gonna be a average Joe, but I always told them I'm not gonna do it the way y'all want me to do it. I'm gonna do it how I want to do it, right? So being true to myself, I always wanted to be myself and find a way to promote positivity with my black queens.
Facts. I feel
That's
that.
the reason why I be so like, how do y'all come and attack? Like, I get this all the time. Oh, you want to be a woman. You want to be feminine. Here's my thing with that. I don't desire to be a woman. No shade. I don't desire to be a woman. If I wanted to be a woman, I would go get the surgery to transition. That's not my type of time. No shade to none of my trans sisters or brothers. I don't have nothing against y'all at all. That's what you feel, and I support that. But that's not what I feel.
Your personal preference.
That's my personal preference. Like, I don't feel like I wanted to be a woman. And if you really take it back to the roots, to the African roots, where most of our dance culture comes from, a lot of men dance the way that I dance.
Yeah,
And I got videos and links to prove it. I pulled up and researched. I'm like, hey, that's not just women. And there are men that are built just like me. My body's natural. I don't have any surgery. People think I have BBLs. Never had none of that stuff. I'm scared of needles and knives. Okay, when I go,
let me know type of bitch.
Baby, listen, when I go get my quarterly checkups, I do that on the regular. You know what I'm saying? As all black LGBT men and women and even heterosexual men should do.
Somebody like the checkup?
Yeah. Sorry, checkup, needles, all that stuff. I be scared. Still, I've been doing it since I was 18, and I did it for my own health. My dad passed away. I was 19. So because he died, it made me a little nervous about my own personal health, and you know the hereditary type of a disease that the African Americans carry, just because we're from where we're from. So I did it anyway. I ain't never had no knife or nothing to me. But I'm always getting that, oh, you want to be a woman, your body is this is and third. And I'm just in like, y'all really find the time. If you don't like it, you don't like it. That's your preference. But you find the time to come to where I'm at, spew hatred, and then when somebody responds, oh, somebody's pressed because I like to protect myself. Baby, I ain't been pressed in my life. And that's just on that. Even when I was homeless, never been pressed. Because I know how to get through that, right? But, and that's another story, I can get into that too. But I never been that type of person to be like, oh, someone's making me feel upset. So when you say something about the comments, I don't keep those comments. I be laughing and kicking.
No, I don't. It was just like I said, oh, my mama and them had to go try to look, bitch, I play with my mama. All right, so I had to go ahead and read them bitches. But I just feel like a lot of times I feel like I do, well, not a lot of times, but I feel like in that moment I did get discouraged because it's kind of like, damn, like, I really feel like sometimes I hope people not taking my message wrong, right? And I feel like I'm be transparent with you. I feel like lately, I feel like people have lucky taking like my message and like misconstrued it to be very like out of the norm or like, what's a better word to use? 'Cause I feel like I'm using the wrong word. But like,
No, you said it right.
yeah, it's just like they trying to just make it look like it's something it ain't, right? And I feel like I feel like my problem is I never actually stated what the purpose of my show was for. And I feel like I really think I've never have actually. So I'm gonna just explain it to y'all and explain it to you, and I hope the message gets across to y'all. The purpose of the fucking podcast, I'm aggressive. Let me say it nicely.
Aggressive.
Okay, the
That's
purpose
okay,
of the
baby.
podcast, y'all, is to basically have a fucking safe, I can't do it all cursing. The basically have a fucking safe space for everybody to come talk to me, right? As you see, y'all, I have gay people, straight people, lesbians, have all type of masculine people, all that shit. I have all type of motherfucking people, bitch. I had a fucking midget on my show, baby. You know what I'm talking about? I had a fucking Caucasian, Hispanic, baby. Everybody come talk to me. In a few weeks, gonna have a fucking Asian bitch on this hoe. Period. She already booked. So I'm letting y'all know this is a safe space for having these uncomfortable ass conversations, right? And not even everything gonna be uncomfortable, right? But I do ask questions to make sure that people know, like, hey, let's talk about it. Cause I feel like nobody wanna talk about shit. And I feel like a lot of times we look at certain shit, like I feel like we play too safe with conversation. That's why we're not gonna get nowhere as a race and community. Fuck race and community, our generation, cause it's all that's for our generation. Cause we gonna talk about it. So I feel like we really wanna heal and be better people, y'all. We gotta talk about it. And I feel like y'all, they be trying to make it look like I be out here trying to fucking do the most? No, bitch. I'm trying to talk about it. Because if we're going to talk about it here, whoever's going to talk about it in your group message, and y'all going to know it because y'all all think the same. Because they're y'all friends. My friends think like me. Period.
Well, here's my perspective. Let them think what they want to think. Let them have it. People are going to create a synopsis in their mind about what you're saying based on how they feel.
No matter what. If I say I like
No matter
Burger King
what.
over Chick-fil-A, they're going to be all
If
right.
you say the sky blue, they argue, oh, it's green because of this, and it be strong or wrong.
Because Cosmo
But in their
Wanda.
mind, they feel like it's right because of Cosmo Wanda, right? And Timmy.
Yeah.
But they feel like it's in my mind, this is just that. So at that point, give it to them. Who cares? And especially when you're speaking things that are touchy situations, right?
Mm-hmm.
So when it's not something that, you agree with them on, you're going to always have that friction. That's just normal.
True. That's true.
That's normal.
So we digress from all that shit. So how do you feel about motherfuckers? So I'm gonna say my piece, right? So I used to have very low self-esteem, right? So I've been trying to do a podcast of motherfucking
Not you. Low
yes,
self-esteem?
me. So yes, I used to have I used to try to do a podcast since I was 20. I say since I was I'm saying a year, y'all. Since the year of 2017 maybe, and I never actually did it right because it was I had to do it with different groups of friends. Then I would always be the main friend that'd be make it shut down. Because I'd be the friend that'd be like, no, I don't want to be on camera. I don't want to be on camera. I don't want to do that. Or I don't want to talk about this. I don't want to fucking open about this. Because I had a lot of healing I need to do. A lot of self-work I need to fucking do. And I feel like I came out swinging with this house so aggressively, right? And nobody knows this either. Because I feel like I had so much fucking past experience of doing this shit, but it never got posted. So I feel like y'all, there's a video, y'all. I'm waiting to BET Awards and shit like that. If I get an honorary message, I'm gonna give y'all that video. It's for y'all, whoever give me an award first. I'm gonna be like, this the videos. But it's an old video, old clips where it show y'all I really was out here doing a podcast shit forever, right? So I feel like a lot of times, right, I feel like I had to basically learn what my purpose was. Right. And I feel like sometimes learning what your purpose was, I feel like, I don't know how you feel about this, your purpose doesn't have to be one thing.
Right.
And I feel like some people think once you find your one purpose, you have to stand as one purpose. And I feel like that's when people get kind of burnt out, I guess. So have you ever feel like you got burnt out or want to tap into things? You say you sing.
Mm-hmm. I've still sing, but I do it recreationally. I don't do it like I used to. No, because I thought at one time my purpose was just to do music because I was really good into it. Like I said, from competitions on down to just doing regular stuff. But then I found the love of dance through depression. And now I found out that through my dance, I felt more, relieved and more free than when I was singing. Even though I sung with my heart, I danced with my heart. But I feel more expressive through dance than it was through music.
I agree. So I will relate to that. So I feel like basically what happened with me was I was doing music. I was doing so I sing too. So all these little posters right here are all different album covers that I did, right?
Come on,
so basically, covers. I had was singing about all my shit was some R&B ass, sad ass shit. I was venting, right? And people was tapping in, right? But not as many people as I wanted, right?
Right.
So then one time I was in my bed, I was with my friend, and he turned on a podcast. He had turned on, if I get your name wrong, I'm sorry. I feel like his name is it Zach Campbell?
Who?
Zach Campbell.
Who
you know what I'm talking about?
Is that Campbell?
He do the animated, all that stuff, yeah. So it's basically he's a YouTuber. I'm not gonna say podcast. A YouTuber. His name is Zach Campbell. He does a lot of stuff, right? And basically, he funny as fuck. So basically, he had a podcast. I don't think he had a podcast. I don't know what the fuck he was doing, but I think he had a podcast. I saw a little machine, and I was like, oh, I want to do a podcast too, because I remember a long time ago I did the podcast, and I realized prior to that, nobody fucking knew that shit except certain friends, right? I was the most depressed I would ever fucking be, and nobody knew that shit.
See,
and I feel like I had no outlet to express that shit, and I feel like I fucking ended up getting my closest guy friend, set that shit up in my fucking living room, and was like, hey, I had cheap equipment, all that shit, and I was like, hey, let's get the fucking talking, and next thing I knew, boom.
I think what it is, and just for me, some friends don't recognize those signs of depression because they don't know how to recognize it. And then if they do, they don't know how to respond to it because they themselves have never lived through that experience. Mm-hmm. That is an experience, and me coming from depression, literally, I was going through depression for the past 6 to 8 months. So I'm literally just coming out of that mind space. And that was a tough space to come out of. I could not explain to my people that were close to me how I felt because I didn't even know how I felt. Mm-hmm. That was that. You know what I'm saying? That's kind of hard to say. Well,
sometimes you don't even know you're depressed.
Yeah, you don't even know. Some days I'm like, am I okay? I'm like, you fine, but you feel like you're in that twilight zone for some reason. Then your mind starts disassociating from the reality. That's that space where you feel like you're here, but you're not here, or you're floating. When you're in that space, it's kind of hard to explain because they themselves have never experienced it in general. I'm gonna tell you how I got out of it though. Amber Riley, you ever seen Glee?
Yeah.
Amber Riley, if you look her up, she's really, yeah, okay. So we became really good friends after I did a booking with her in LA last year. And so she was one of the people that actually told me and to the T what it was that I was experiencing, and she walked me through that process on how to come out of it. So now I'm in a place to where I can walk somebody else through because someone else taught me how to do it. Then I went to a therapist, and they understood exactly how I explained it to them, because at first I couldn't really say what it was. I didn't know what it was. That's really all it is.
So do you ever think that somebody could be a functioning person that says
there is
depression?
a such thing as a high functioning depression? Yes, it is. There's such thing as that. You can Google it up, and that's someone who they don't even know that they're in a depressed state, and they're really going through depression. And they're just really high. They're still doing the everyday life, moving accordingly, but they're still going through. I think I'm a high functioning depression person.
I was about to say, baby, probably the same. But a lot of times, be transparent. Once the camera's cut off, and it be like, if I be up here now one day, I get to call her talking about some bitch. I don't know what the fuck going on.
Right.
People just pissing me off.
You know what it is though. Once you're moving, your mind is taken away from what was keeping you depressed, so you can't focus on it. But when you stop and you sit for a moment, then your mind starts flowing crazy. That's what happens to me all the time.
Yeah, I think my problem is just basically I feel like with my shit is like, this is my coping method. Tell me if Amber said I'm wrong or not. Okay. But I feel like you have to, don't judge me. This is really my piece though. I feel like somebody you got to sit in your depression to figure out what's wrong with you.
True.
And I feel like a lot of times people laugh at me when I basically like, they be like, oh, I'm being dramatic, right? What I do is when I know something wrong with me, I close some fucking blinds, I close some curtains, I play some sad shit, and I sit in until I figure out why am I feeling like this?
And honestly, that's actually what you're supposed to do. There is really truly no, I mean, you can medicate it all you want to, but the same thing you're saying, my therapist told me, he said, and Amber told me the same thing. She said, instead of trying to fight it, you have to feel your way through that emotion. And for those who are watching, there's no wrong way to feel. You're allowed to feel. And truth be told, for those who don't think it's okay to feel, you can feel. And it's okay to feel sad. I'm the same way. So when I start feeling that down moment, or my mind together, or just what I call an off day, I sit and I'll get quiet for the whole day. And I'll say, okay, now what's making me feel this way? And I have to work myself through it while feeling that way. It's okay, boom, this is what I'm thinking about. So now how do I address that thought, that feeling, that emotion, whatever it is that's moving me, right? And overcome that. And once you get past that, then you'll find that exit door through depression. And I found that out going through depression the worst way ever. But when I realized that's how you do it, now it's easy.
Yeah, I feel like
and y'all, this ain't meant to be no depressing podcast, but this is also very educational, because a lot of people, especially young people in this generation, go through depression and don't realize that it actually is a form of depression. And a lot of y'all coping methods, drinking, partying, smoking, those are not really.
This generation not cracked out. We liquored out.
We ain't say cracked out, but they are definitely potheads.
No, we're liquored out.
Liquored out, partied out.
Well, it's kind of contradicting. I'm saying
I ain't
that now.
saying everybody's that way. I'm not saying everybody's that way, and please, there's no way to offend. But this generation of people don't really know how to address it until they go through.
Can I get some advice real quick?
What's that?
Okay, so on the podcast, I see you doing it right, and I get why you're doing it. I love that you're doing it right, baby. We ain't got, baby. If you offended, you offended.
Well,
we not
I'm
gonna be saying no offense.
I'm
baby.
a lover of hearts, man. So I'm gonna be thoughtful of people's hearts. Don't get me wrong. I'm gonna say what I want to say, but it's not to be offensive.
We're not trying to come for y'all. It's just me and him talking.
And I'm just saying it because you just said people think you're being offended. I'm trying to show them.
Ain't no offense, but it's still. I get you. I get you
know what I'm saying. I don't really care what they think, but I'm a lover of people. So
I'm gonna make sure you're alright though.
Right, I make sure okay. Right, I'm gonna talk my jump. I'll make sure okay. Right, I'm still a lover of hearts, man. So despite me what I'm saying, it's never to negate or take away from whatever someone's feeling, because it is actually valid and it's authentic, and that's you. I'm just sharing my experience because hopefully it can help somebody else in the end.
Nah, facts for sure. All right, so let's talk about this, right? Because I want to talk about this too.
Okay, let's go.
Dating is hard when dating in the gay community. No, what?
Go ahead.
I'm gonna be transparent.
Go ahead.
I don't trust nobody now because I feel like everybody trying to finesse me. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I feel like I'm gonna be transparent. I'm about to cry.
Do not cry.
I'm not gonna cry.
If I make you cry on this podcast,
okay, you telling me not to cry is finna make me fucking cry.
Don't thug it out, nigga. Man. You got this. Thug it out. I never seen anybody else on your podcast giving it to you, but we will.
I basically had okay, I had went through a whole no sex thing. Like I was not fucking. I was not fucking, right? And I finally was like, I had gave in, right? The day I met you. I gave in. And I was like, fuck
it.
Me?
Mm-hmm. Oh my gosh.
So I gave in. I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna pull up on this thing, I'm gonna go fuck. Good sex, don't get me wrong, great sex, right? But I realized, what was it for? What was it fucking for? I just feel like I killed my fucking binge for what? So I feel like a lot of times, in this community, right? I feel, not even community in general, it could be a bitch too. I feel like when you really got shit going for yourself, you gotta watch who you fucking with, because people really do not want to fuck with you. They want to fuck with what you got.
Right. And
they want to sabotage.
It's okay. And you know what? On this podcast, I am so happy that the person I am is allowing you to be who you are all the way through. Not saying he's a facade. For all you hoes that think he was a facade, it's really him. But I like this, right? Because this stems off of the mother video, right? The true version of who you are as a person. I don't have to call him be all extra raunchy, even though I am a little hood rat, little hood rat sometimes. But it's reality, right? And the reality is what it is. Meaningless sex is a thing. Spiritual attachment is a thing, right? So when you open yourself up to somebody else, you become susceptible to whatever they put into their body and their spirit, it attaches to you. And you feel like, yeah, the sex is great, but what's the point behind it? That's that meaningless part. And sometimes that flows into reality. We do things that we feel like should be done or can be beneficial, actually becomes pointless because there is no solid ground, there is no foundation in that. It's just emotion. Once that emotion... Prime example, when you go jack off and you bust your nut, in the process of you jacking off, you get hyped up, your hormones going, you find your clip, whatever you're doing, you do your thing. Once you're done with that situation, you're like, well, damn, why watch this video? Why I did that, right? Because there was no point behind it.
Yeah, okay, I'll be transparent. So, hey, okay, I don't care. I wash my hands. Okay, so yesterday I had jacked off, right? And I was watching, so this is one person in Houston. I love his videos, right? And I ain't gonna lie, I be considering letting him fuck, but I'm not, because you do that. But basically, nothing wrong with doing that, but I'm scared. Because I think you gonna ask me to film. I'm not gonna film. I'm not that type of bitch. But basically, soon as it was over, when I had nutted, I was like, oh, friend, why you doing that?
Right.
Not me. Why you doing that? Why you doing that to yourself? It was like,
right.
Look why you get up.
It's just in the moment. And sometimes, and that even goes with decision making. We make decisions in the moment or emotional decisions, right? And that's something that we as people, as young people, as a generation, as anybody, right? We do that sometimes. We make decisions in the moment because we feel like, oh, this is where I'm at right now. Da-da-da-da-da-da. But once wipe your face, friend, because you got this, dog.
Fuck you.
It's okay, baby.
I tried to sneak and do it.
I got you, friend. Listen, we think in that moment, right, is what we need, but in reality, it's not what we need. It takes away from us as in some aspect, and then we go out and try to find things to fill that void that was taken away from us, right? So when they say be mindful who you lay with or what you do, it's not so much of the physical; it's the emotional, spiritual aspect behind it because you take something from that. So how do you replace it? And if there's no substance, you're gonna constantly put things in that void. Think of it like the little toy, the blocks toy, right? And you had the little circle side, square side, triangle side, right?
Tetris.
If you try, huh?
Tetris?
No, not Tetris.
Oh.
You know the little block toy, we had a circle side, you put a little circle object in there. So you can't put that triangle object into that circle side because why? It don't fit. Same thing to the emotional person or the spiritual person. If that thing doesn't satisfy or isn't sufficient for you, it's never going to be efficient. I say that sufficiency and efficiency. If it's not sufficient, it's never going to be able to be operated in, so it's not efficient.
I ain't gonna lie. You're a great talker.
Thank you.
Real nigga shit.
Thank you,
I'm
bro.
just damn, I'm learning.
Thank you. I appreciate you. No, bro. I mean,
this. Okay, so back to me. Okay, so basically, because, let me know, because I'm young as fuck. I need to figure out life.
How old are you?
I'm 24.
Oh, you are? Dang.
What?
I might be 30.
Okay, all my friends are 30.
No, I thought you were a little older than that. You're very mature.
Yeah, the beard.
It's the beard. It's the. I'm hugging a hookah hole. Pass over here. That's my girlfriend. We lesbian.
yeah. Okay, so basically I feel like this, right? So I feel like this. I feel like it's hard to also date when you are basically not the motherfucking model size, little skinny petite bitch. I feel like it's very hard. And I'm gonna speak on not niggas first, I'm gonna speak on women, right? Tori, correct me if I'm wrong, or correct word. Basically bigger women, I guess. Basically get plus size women get motherfucking judged harder, right? So basically I did an episode a while back, right? And this was before I was fucking knowledgeable, but I didn't have no sensitivity training, right? So first season, y'all, we was wild.
Hold on, friend. We need some more codes for this thing. She a little burnt out.
We can't do all that.
She's gonna suck the app. Go ahead, keep going.
Okay, so basically, y'all, see, I be wanting instant code because it be hot back here and it already be hot. If I get regular code,
right? Yeah, it be hot back here. Not to you.
All right, so basically, I feel like a lot of times I realize that I don't like how basically I feel like people get shunned for their size.
Right.
And I feel a lot of times I'm gonna be transparent. There's been times where I used to do that. But I used to do that basically because I basically was not confident in my size, right? So a lot of times I've been fan bigger people. I'd be like, oh yeah, look at that fat asshole. Or I say shit like that, right? Because I'd be like, yeah, I'd be lucky having insecurities about my fucking self, right? But I realized when I got more into my body and realizing bitch, I love myself. I love my size, all that shit, right? I think I lucky realized, bitch, that was a lot of my own insecurities. And a lot of times people talk about your size and things like that. Bitches are really insecure about their motherfucking self.
Right.
And it also be the skinny bitch that be insecure because they wish they was that had a little meat on their motherfucking bones, right? So I feel why do you think we have this like mindset.
I think society is the blame for that. They feel like if you're not this perfect size, this picture perfect size, then you're not perfect in your own way, right? Mm-hmm. So that goes along with my my morals of my classes, right? So I work with all types of people, and I'm not the most smallest thing in the book walking. You know what I'm saying? I got some room to lose some extra weight, but I prefer to be this size. I'm naturally thick. And so I relate to more people who are naturally thick, but I love every type of person. And so I realized that since society painted me to be this big, gay, loud mouth, I'm fat, whatever, I took that criticism and flipped that into something positive. It is okay to be fat. I'm okay with you. It's also okay that if you go out there and you want to lose weight for your own health, I'm always about body positivity as long as promoting health. Because one thing for sure, they can look good, but the inside's still rotten out.
But is your shit not promoting health?
Huh?
Is your shit
No,
not
it is. It is.
I feel like your shit.
No,
your shit work out.
It's that picture perfect frame that I ain't got.
Oh, okay, but your shit for sure work out.
For sure work out.
Yeah, me wouldn't come. I'd be tired.
What you mean?
5 minutes and I'm done.
Baby, I would have to sweat your beard out. You hear me?
Yeah, and I'd be crying.
Down.
Yeah, no! You be all type of bitches and fuck yous in this motherfucker.
No,
that
but
shit
no,
look
for
hard.
real. It is, but it's not hard. It is so fun. I took the whole twerking thing that's shunt. Like again, I'm against the grain. So everything that I was criticized for, I made into a business.
That's good though.
It is.
Because I feel like twerking is sexualized, and I hate that.
Well, twerking has always been overly sexualized.
Period.
That's just that. That margin is always over sexualized.
In America, though.
In America, because guess what? I teach about 20 international countries, right? My biggest country that I teach is in Spain. And it's a sport in Spain. It's a sport in Russia. It's a sport in Mexico. Just got booked for Mexico City. See y'all in October, by the way. We just got done with Spain. I couldn't make it to Spain because of that Ukraine war. But all over the country, outside the United States, it is actual in the sport. They do it as competitions. I'm going to these competitions to teach and judge and give away money because it is a sport to them. But here in the United States, they sexualize it because we grew up doing it. That's what we know. That's our culture, right? So people are learning our culture. So to them, yeah, I want to learn how to be the best at this. Here's a technicality of it. I remember teaching a group of mixed groups. So South America, Spain, Mexico, Russia, UK. We had a big old thing online that I taught over during COVID. And they asked me the same question. I said, well, to me, y'all have created this to be not only a workout, but something that you can compete in because this is what we grew up doing. But in America, it's already been a sex. They call it a sexual form of dancing. But let's take it back to the roots. Africans who did that, some of that was considered as mating dance, right? So the booty shaking, the bounce up and down, the cheek isolations, them girls was doing as a form of mating dance, but also as a form of cultural dancing. Facts. So it's not. So we took it, of course, as anything else, demonized it, said, "Oh well, hey, that's just sexual movement. That's vulgar, and it's not really. It's not vulgarity. It's truly heritage."
Facts.
All heritage.
I feel like I stand it. All right, so cool. Before we wrap it up, though, so
we almost done.
Yeah,
dang,
I hate when y'all do that. It go by so fast.
It was done. That was
y'all
good.
Y'all make me feel bad because I see everybody else podcast be like long, and they be like, nah, we ain't
that was
long.
good.
Sorry.
I like it. We was just talking. It's good.
Okay, I be feeling so bad. Okay, but before we wrap it up, do you have any questions or anything for me?
So when I first came in here, I told you that I was proud of you and that you're going to do really good. And I want you to make sure you cut this for him. He's going to be the next biggest podcast. I can assure you that because it's so raw and unfiltered.
Thank you so much.
So where do you want to take the After Zarty, the Zarty with the party? Where do you want to take this? What's your next step for this and outside of this space? What is your next move?
Okay, so I want to have an actual set design. I want to have people that can be behind all this shit. I want to be able. Okay, so this me trying. I want to be able to just walk in and sit down.
Gotcha.
Okay, that's a lazy part of me. But our deal for the community things like that, I'm really advocating more for the conversations, right? So I work with kids, right? But this is my last year teaching because I feel like I can't fully speak yet.
Got you.
You can't. I can't.
No,
there's a lot. Y'all, in a few months, you're going to see, I'm going to be able to, hey, this is going on. This is going on. This is going on. But I can't do it yet. But when I get to that point, y'all going to be able to see, there is so many things that I have built up in my head that we need to touch on as a community that I can't speak on yet. It's just all I can say is in a few years, man, just know, it's adults we talking, but the message is really not for adults. It's really to talk to the adults. They need to talk to people that's younger than us, right? And I'm having these conversations in a weird opportunity, right? Of course, we drinking this shit like that because what people, when they come here, they forget is that, yeah, they think we're having fun, but we just had a serious-ass conversation. Knowing that we had a serious-ass conversation. Because if I would have came in, drinking, we drinking tea, it would have gave Gayle King this bitch. You know what I'm saying? We would have been okay, y'all would have started fucking going to sleep and shit, turn this shit off. So really my vision for this is to be a big ass platform where, okay, cool, we got the After Zarty, right? But then the regular Zarty is just events for everybody to come to.
Right.
There is no after before the Zarty. The Zarty is for, every year I do back to school thing, right? So field day, I get school supplies for the kids. I've been doing it for like 7 years. I get school supplies for kids. I get the fire truck to come for kids. I've been doing it every time. I always do volunteer things like that. I always get back to kids, right? So I feel like I want this platform to basically be a message for us to just heal as a community.
Right.
Have other people come, different races come. 'Cause I feel like the main problem is, and I could be wrong. Tell me if I'm wrong. I know some people against it. I do advocate for all of us races to figure that shit out. I don't know what it is. I went to a PWI. I went to like mixed different schools. I didn't go to all black schools all my life. It's always been a disconnect with our races, and I feel like no one's trying to genuinely have a conversation raw and unfiltered.
You know why? Because that conversation goes back so far that in order for it to be addressed appropriately, it has to be addressed internally to those who actually became the oppressive people. And that's never going to be a conversation that's going to be held and say, hey, you know what? Y'all did this, we did this, but if you really want, I ain't going to speak on that because that's going to be a controversial statement right now. But both parties play a part into that. And I'm going to say that.
Facts. Okay, so
both parties
I'm seeing the link. I've done it already. I've had a Caucasian girl come on my show. We had the conversation. It could have went better. There was like other people that was like drunk and shit like that, but we still got the message across.
Right.
But to me, to this day, that's my favorite episode because I feel like that was a start of what I was trying to tell y'all. And I feel like when I had the Hispanic girl come on my show, which y'all gonna see in a few weeks, like she also was like the start of what I was trying to tell y'all. I feel like a lot of times I feel like we're having these conversations, then like we have like I purposely like have straight people to gay person on the show.
Right.
Because we're gonna have this conversation. I'm gonna jam you up. So I feel like a lot of times I feel like that's my vision for this, and I feel like a lot of times I feel like I want to start having like big ass events, festivals, the live shows. I want to start having like openers, and I want to like collab with different podcasts.
And you're gonna
get
get there. You're gonna do it.
Yeah, definitely.
He's going to do it, and you're gonna say, y'all gonna say, see, the trainer told him because I see that. And when you're a visionary and you share the same desire as the other person, what the Bible says, and two or more come into agreement, if he be in the midst of it, I can assure you one thing for sure. I touch and agree with you in the situation. Remember how T.S. Madison started in the basement of our house, and I look at her now.
Period.
You see what I'm saying? That's just an example. When you are authentically yourself, nothing can take away from you. Period. That's you. You know what I'm saying? And I like the fact that this podcast went the way that it did. Naturally, I am the hype person, but when it comes to just speaking, I've always wanted to be a public speaker too. That's
how like you do well at it.
I love it because it's like I have a message, especially people that I'm trying to inspire, right? So people tell me, oh, CJ, you inspire me, but I never understand how. But now I do, because authentically I'm myself. And until the day I die and leave here, I'm not going to change that. There are areas of opportunity to change as we grow. You're going to do the same thing. You're 24. By the time you hit 30, you're going to have a whole different mindset. And true, you can't say what you want to say right now because you are up forefront and you know what I'm saying for other things. But I'm going to tell you this much. Don't quit until this right here is replacing what you had going for it. And that's what I did for 2 years. I waited for 2 years. I never told nobody this. I waited for 2 years. So I'm gonna give you a quick background about me, right? So y'all see me online. It was, oh, he just working, whatever. I was working for Blue Cross and Blue Shield for 5 years. I didn't quit my job until last year. This is my first full year doing whatever I did. I went from one tax bracket to a whole different one I've never been in my whole life. And it's still growing. And it's never been about the money, right? But what I did was I prayed and I stood in that space with God. And I said, you know what, God, this is what I want to do. The Bible says we have to ask him. And they use this all the time. Well, ask, you shall receive, right? But I really asked God for something. But that also coincided with the faith that I did. Faith that works is dead, right? So if you ask God for something, you just gonna wait for it to happen, it ain't gonna ever happen because you gotta walk towards it, right? So when you start taking those steps to that area, and when you start walking, you say, okay, God, I'm trusting you. I see you. I'm walking. Oh, that's what I need to get this started. Boom, I'm going to keep on walking. Okay, now this goes with this. Now, by the time you get to the end of that road, the middle of the road, you have all the tools necessary to be successful in what you want to be in because you do not forget him in that whole process. And that's just me to you. That's why I say I see this going to be as big. And I'm saying this right. And I want you to keep it how it is, authentically. You're going to be the next biggest podcast because you're still trucking and you're not being objective to things that you may feel may be offensive to you. Take that criticism and apply it. That's truly how I became a 6-figure twerk coach. I stood in my job. I did not quit my job, even though I wanted to quit. I told my boss every day I'm ready to quit. Until I say, okay, God, I want to quit, but guess what? Let me be the best in my position right now so I can prove to you that I'm worth this next step. And when I did that, boom.
Facts. So my situation, I feel like the reason why I was able to do this, right, and be trucking like I am, I'm very uncomfortable in my situation right now. I feel like sometimes it takes you to be uncomfortable for you to find out what your purpose is, right?
Of course it does, love.
And I feel like this is the first time I had switched locations where I'm at, right? It's the first time I'm at this location, right? And I got uncomfortable with this location, but I was so comfortable these other years.
Listen.
And I feel like I was like, well, shit, I'm cool here. And when I got uncomfortable, then I noticed, right, towards the end of the year, and I even told you this, right? My own people that's above me are lucky like, hey, this not for you. You need to do this. Everyone around me talking about hey, do this.
Keep doing
this.
what you're doing. Uncomfortability builds character, and when you're uncomfortable, you're not settled. With a settled mindset, you don't want to move. When you're uncomfortable, you got to figure out how to move, right? So
and I have to figure out what the fuck I want to do.
And so when I taught Lizzo was my very first A1 celebrity I worked with, right? Mm-hmm. I'm sorry, A-list, B-list celebrity she is, whatever she is. I don't know her money. I was on the road to LA on tour, and I called my mom. I said, Mama, I just need one celebrity, and that's going to change the whole dynamic of who I was. And on that road, I told her that. Lizzo had been writing me since March before COVID first hit. Mm-hmm. She was coming to rodeo. I never been to rodeo. I've been in Houston, 2 years now, almost 3 years. She hit me up. Hey, I want to do a class with you. COVID hit. We stopped contact. Her best friend, I didn't know her. Her best friend came to one of my classes here in Houston and told her about it. And if I had not kept steadfast, and I could have missed the whole opportunity, I was still doing what I was supposed to do. Even during COVID. Once she hit me, I was in LA. I stayed an extra day, taught her class. She posted. We went viral. Savage X Fenty by Rihanna hit me up. Got a contract with them. Went through that. Got on MTV. Got on WeTV. Classes sold out crazy. I had so many different opportunities coming because I did not stop doing what I was. So don't nobody tell you don't stop doing that shit. Keep doing what the fuck you're doing because you being used to get you where you want to go to. And they instead of looking at you and say, do this, they be like, well, damn, how you got that far? Because they thought you was going to quit and stop doing it. Don't stop doing it. And guess what happened? I changed my mama's mind about who the hell I was. Mm. I changed friends' minds because now they're like, oh, well, CJ, you da-da-da-da-da-da. And guess what I didn't do? I didn't change who I was. And people get to a certain space in their career and feel like, hey, I'm here now, so I can be this way. Baby, one thing about it, that humbleness, if I went through homelessness, losing everything, I don't ever want to be back in that space. And that was a very intimate space with me and God. And I kept that promise. Even though I'm out here doing what I want to do, it's still a form of ministry. Everything we're doing is still a form of ministry. And people don't realize that God is actually still working in the midst of whatever you're doing because society says, oh, well, this is this. Oh, like the church. I don't care. The church fucked me up for a long time and told me, oh, you're going to go to hell because you're gay. So I questioned God plenty of times with God. I ain't asked to be gay. I ain't want to be here. I ain't da-da-da-da-da-da-da. You know what I'm saying? Until one day God said, well, you focus on that aspect. There's other aspects in your life that you got to work it out. You know what I'm saying? So as you keep on going, I'm going to sit and watch a year later. I'm like, look, I told him that. I'm going to be your biggest supporter because I am in this seat. I'm going to come back for sure. But I want you to keep this tape because I'm telling you, and as I'm ministering to you, I'm talking to myself too. The more we continue to walk this way, you're going to also see how God works in your life despite where you are because he is not a God in a box. He's outside that box. And you're going to see this from this little room to a big old stage to wherever you want to be at as long as you're walking that path. And like I said, Amber Riley, Lizzo, MTV, my MTV spot going to come out this month. You know what I'm saying? Things I have done, and I got some that's coming out too. I can't say it yet, but after next week I can. I have gotten these opportunities because I have not changed who I was. I just became more grateful in our process, and I did not stop doing what I was doing. That's it. And people think all the time, oh, you're just big. I've never been big-headed. I'm the most nicest person you'll meet because I love people naturally and authentically. Mm-hmm. So when you met me out there, I was like, oh, hey. You know what I'm saying? I didn't act like I was bigger than you. You know what I'm saying? I already knew who you was. But I said, oh, whatever. And I'm like, oh, yeah, no. I embraced you because I enjoyed the fact that I knew who you was. And I was fangirling over you. And you was like, hey, I want to bring you on the podcast. I'm like, oh, my gosh. I saw your TikTok. And I'm like, fangirling. Like, people are like, well, CJ, you bigger than him. It doesn't matter how big I am. He can be bigger than me. It's the fact that I'm embracing him in his walk, and I enjoyed that. And the fact that, baby, he got me my life together. So I'm gonna stop talking because I've been gonna start preaching to you, and we've been crying together because I love it. Yeah. I love it because my heart is big for it. But I just want to tell you, I am proud of you. I want to say public, I am proud of you. I'm happy I got a chance to meet you public. I don't know many people here in Houston because I'm never really home to do nothing. Mm-hmm. But I'm gonna come back. We're gonna hang out outside of this. I'm gonna give you the tools you need. I want to see you grow, and I want you to stop doing this. And I'm gonna tell all my friends about it when I share it. That I was on this podcast live, whatever. Please post the part about the mental health because that's a very good fact.
The whole thing getting posted, baby.
Yeah, but when you do your little snippet on TikTok, I want the mental health. Because these hoes is crazy.
I got
Get
you.
the
I
mental
got
health.
you.
But I'm just saying, I am proud of you. I've been watching your TikTok for the longest, and then I know you was here in Houston, so I was so happy that I got
Everybody think I'm in Atlanta, y'all. I'm in
Yeah,
Houston.
people thought I was in Atlanta too, and they think I'm from New Orleans. I'm from Jacksonville, Florida. I'm so happy I got to meet you, and my whole energy is high right now because I'm in this space, and I'm ready just to see how it's gonna turn out. But I have high hopes for you. My heart is, I'm thinking, God, I'm here with you, and you just doing your thing, and you made a new friend. So,
period.
Down.
Well, thank you too.
You welcome, baby.
You very embracive. I love that so
No,
much.
you
So
love-
thank you for being supportive, and thank
Of
you for
course.
connecting with me. Cause shit, I was nervous talking to you. I ain't gonna lie. I was like,
I don't know why.
Cause I don't do that. I be nervous.
I
So,
came with the
yeah.
biggest smile, like, hey, what's
You
up?
know, I ain't gonna lie, we drove off. We was like, oh, well, that went better. We thought.
Right. Hey, I just saw your TikTok.
Yeah, I was like, okay, well,
How
she
your
made me
mama doing?
comfortable. Hi, Gloria doing back there. She's still cooking at the church.
Right.
Y'all, okay, nah, that's nothing. Y'all be coming up to me as about my mama. She good, baby. Damn, she
Baby,
good.
and she was such the easy part. For me, she took it very well in response. Was that your brother here too with you too?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I didn't know if that was your stepbrother or whatever.
That's my little brother.
That's your little brother.
Nah, that's my
Your older brother.
Yeah.
You just taller than him.
Yeah.
Okay, I thought you was the big brother.
Nah, I'm just big. I'm the big one.
He was like the way that dialect, between y'all talking back and forth, the rhetoric in the conversation. He was able to explain what she probably didn't comprehend. And I read the comments. They like she act like she's stupid. No, she wasn't. She probably didn't understand how to. I'm so proud of you. I was like, that's what I'm talking about. I'm gonna send that video to my mama tonight.
Yeah, we good now. We on New Orleans trip, everything. We was
Down.
talking today, y'all. She listened to me. She got her little wig adjusted.
Down,
Everything.
come on,
somebody,
mama, with the new wig.
She came out with her new wig. So shout out to you, woo, bitch. You
Down,
helped us.
period, mama.
Period.
Hey,
So,
mama.
Okay. What's your Instagram name?
Yeah, so y'all can find me on all platforms. Well, Instagram is CJ the Trainer Official. TikTok is Official CJ the Trainer. You can find me on Facebook. If you just search that, you'll find my page. It's the same thing. Official. That's OFFICIAL for some of y'all who can't spell. All right, CJ the Trainer, because sometimes you gotta spell it. Miss the I and the A.
It's me.
Is you?
Spell.
Yeah, you can find me on there. I do have a YouTube. I'm not really big on YouTube like that right now.
It's my shorts.
I can't really get into it. I tried.
Post the fucking shorts and go.
Some shorts.
Yeah, just
I'm gonna
post and
try
go.
it. But yeah, you can find me on all those. And also you may see me in the city coming to near to you. I am on a nationwide tour currently. I'm getting ready to head to LA and Vegas this weekend, and the Bay Area. But go to my website. I got a website as well, official.com. And I'm actually going to start something too. I'm going to talk to you about after this, and then I want to put it into play because I think it's be a good platform to do it. So.
All right, cool.
Period.
Well, thank y'all for tapping into the motherfucking After Zarty podcast. At this point, I should be on motherfucking Instagram Live and all that good shit like that. And if I'm not on Instagram Live, oh yeah, we got new little things now. So y'all follow like P.O. Box, send me something to P.O. Box, Discord, all that good shit. We got a little clicker things right here.
And make sure y'all send some gifts on his post. Make sure y'all donate because the more that y'all support, the bigger he can get.
Yes, I can't put my cash out because y'all be scamming cash apps.
Damn, sure do. And send a request. I done got like 5 damn requests for $20.
No.
Let's make $100 too.
Period. Don't ask for no money. Now, if you selling food stamps, my girl sell my food
I
food
buy
stamps.
some.
Yeah, I need
No,
some.
you can't say that to my girl. I don't want to buy none.
I ain't trying to buy none, but if you selling food stamps, I don't know what to say no more. Good night. Bye, y'all. Real simple.
Period. I live for it. That was so.
You don't have to act like that. Lay with me. Lay with me. You don't have to take it back. You don't have to say it back. You don't have to hold it back. It's only me. Only me. So what you wanna do tonight? 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 Why you wanna act like you don't love me? Love me. Why you tryna make it seem like we don't be? We don't be. Scrolling like some Hughes and bass, fucking in your dirty place. Why you acting like you don't wanna come on home? Come on home. So what you wanna do tonight? Cause I got about 5 homies for your friends. Don't stay too far, just text it. What you wanna do tonight? Cause I got about 5 more minutes here. I'm tryna leave with you, but I ain't make that clear. You don't have to leave, you don't want to. Roll with me. Roll with me. You don't have to act like that. Lay with me. Lay with me. You don't have to take it back. You don't have to say it back. You don't have to hold it back. It's only me. So what you wanna do tonight? So what you wanna do tonight? So what what you wanna do tonight? So what you wanna do tonight? But your best friend bitch and she ready to go. She just mad cause she ain't getting chose. I'm already knowing how that lame shit go. Baby, tell her come down, you ain't ready to go. You tryna leave with me so we can be. If you really like that, we can make it 3. Got 2 more minutes before we hit these streets. So what's it gonna be? Is you tryna leave? Why you wanna act like you don't love me? Why you tryna make it seem like we don't be? Why you tryna do that, babe? Scrolling like some keys and bass. Fucking in your daddy place. All around this place. Why you acting like you don't wanna come home? Come on home. You don't have to leave if you don't want to. Roll with me. Roll with me. You don't have to act like that. Play with me. Play with me. You don't have to take it back. You don't have to say it back. No.